welcome back to Danny's channel. As always, there's no real fur on this channel except for Danny's fur. And if you're wondering what this black thing is on his butt, that's his pee diaper because he's old. But yeah, don't mind that. Okay, so for today's video, I'm doing another careers I considered besides animation video. I did one of these last year, but I thought I would do another one because in school I was one of those people who did not know what I wanted to do, and I felt really left out because all my friends had already decided what they wanted to do and knew what they were going to do after school, but I was not one of those people, so I'm making this video to let you guys know that it's okay not to decide on your career so early on, and sometimes it just takes a while to find the career that is right for you. For those of you who don't know, I am an animator. I work 9 to 5 in a studio, but if I wasn't an animator, I have some other careers I considered before deciding on that, so let's see which 3 other careers besides the ones in the other video I was considering before becoming an animator. So the first career I considered was fashion designer. I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was about 12 years old, and I had like all these ideas for designs and stuff. Like I had complete clothing lines like planned out in my head, and I would draw them down in a sketchbook. But I did not become a fashion designer because I discovered that I was really bad at sewing. Like I'm super terrible at it. I've tried sewing by hand, I've tried sewing with a machine, and I just cannot do it. So when I was like 13 or 14, we had this home economics class that we had to do, and one of the assignments was to sew something on a sewing machine, and I don't know how or why, but the sewing machine that I was using decided to jump off the desk and try to kill me. I'm not kidding. Like I don't know what happened. Maybe it was possessed by a ghost, but yeah, it like jumped off my desk, and luckily I wasn't hurt and no one else got hurt. But like I remember my teacher just being really mad at me. Like she was kind of blaming me for what happened even though it wasn't my fault, and I was like, I have no idea what happened, please don't be angry at me. And yeah, I actually cried because I was like such a shy student that this teacher getting angry and yelling at me just made me feel so bad, even though now I realize it wasn't my fault, but I felt like it was because she was just so mad at me. She was probably scared that someone would get hurt. But so after that traumatic experience, I decided that I was not cut out to be a fashion designer. And I know some people say that, oh, you can still be a fashion designer and not be able to sew, you can just get someone else to sew your designs. But I don't know, I'm like, if I did that, I think the person would not sew them how I would want them. So yeah, I guess I'm just not cut out to be a fashion designer. Alright, so this second job that I considered career would never ever happen, but I think like a lot of preteens want to become famous and stuff like that, and I was no different. When I was 11, I wanted to be a pop star, but I'm like so shy that that would never ever work as a career for me. Like I could not sing in front of anyone. I do karaoke with my friends, but that's about it. But yeah, like becoming a pop star and singing in front of thousands of people is just not something that I could do, so that career is not gonna happen for me. And this third career I'm still kind of considering. So I've always wanted to write a book, so I considered becoming an author when I was younger, and the book I want to write is like an autobiography, but I would disguise it as fiction because my childhood was very interesting, to say the least. It was like a mix of The White House Boys and Game of Thrones and Mommy Dearest, yeah, and a series of unfortunate events. But yeah, it kind of all happened. Like, these terrible, horrible things actually do happen, and when I tell people about it, they either don't believe it, they're like, oh, that could never happen, but it does. Like, my story is so unbelievable that no one believes it, but it actually did happen. So that's why I say like an autobiography but disguised as fiction. Also, I don't want the people who were involved in my childhood to find out about this, and because they would just like sue me for defamation or libel or whatever, even though everything I say is true, so I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, I would just like make up a story that's based on my childhood, I guess, because I think that would just be really interesting to write down and be kind of like a cathartic experience for me. But I've never like sat down and started this book. They say you should write what you know, and this is what I know. So yeah, I don't know, maybe one day I will just sit down on my laptop and start typing it out. And I would like to call it The Daughter of Trigon, but that is like the name of one of the comics that Raven is in, so that's probably copyrighted and I probably can't use that, so I don't know. Let me know if you have any good ideas for my like fiction biography, I guess. So yeah, just leave them in the comments below for me. So anyway, that was the video for today. Those are 3 careers I considered besides animation. I wanted to be a fashion designer, but I was so terrible at sewing, and like the universe was completely against me, and that scary sewing machine tried to kill me. I'm like terrified of them still. And then pop star, yeah, that's never gonna happen because I just can't do that. And yeah, author. So I would love to like go somewhere that's really isolated and quiet and start writing my faux biography, I guess, one day. So maybe that'll happen, I don't know. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope you enjoyed watching Danny sleep. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Stay fluffy. Bye!